Hey guys, just to give you sort of a, because I haven't had a chance to do this. I've had this for the past, I would say about 2 weeks now, almost. I think. Let me check something here for a second. Oops, I don't want to do that. I think I've had it for the past 2 weeks, honestly. Hold on. Yeah, for the past 2 weeks now. I just haven't had a chance to talk about it or give my first impressions, and of course, that's on WWE 2K19. This is the PS4 version. As you can see. So, first impressions. I will say that it does look graphically smoother and better. Graphically, the graphics look, like I said, the graphics look a lot smoother, a lot more redefined. You could tell that in a sense they put a little bit more effort into this than they did with 2K18. My assumption, my opinion, I should say, is I think they were working and focusing more on this than they were 2K18. It's like all of a sudden 2K18 had a deadline, and there might have been a miss. I'm not sure what happened. I think maybe they switched out team members or something. I'm not really sure, because of course 2K has other sporting titles as well, like the NBA 2K series, and sometimes they have the racing game series, and of course they have the non-sports series and stuff like that. So I'm guessing 2K18 just got stuck right in the middle, and people just worked on it best they can, and they gave us an okay product, but you could tell that things just weren't clicking right with it for some reason. Not saying that 2K19 is a perfect gem, believe it or not, it's not. Because there was one moment in a exhibition preseason match that I didn't upload. I think I've uploaded it, or I didn't, I don't know. But basically we had Alexa Bliss's character come running out, because this is before I went to the options menu and turned off run-ins, because you can keep run-ins on in the game or off. Most of us, I think, take them off. But there was a moment where she ran down, and it's right at the end of the match, and I think the character I was playing as won. And next thing you know, all you see is Alexa at ringside like this. That's what her character was like. It's like completely, it's like, okay, what's going on here? She basically froze. They did recently put out a patch, I think it's patch 1.03. So, which I guess is good. But overall, the game, like I said, looks a little bit more redefined, a little bit more graphically smoother than it should, other than the last one. So you can tell they put a lot more effort into 2K19. I will say this: when you go to the menus, obviously, it's a lot different than what you had with 2K18, apparently. And this one's a lot smoother, because when you go and you kind of use your controller like this, you kind of go this way with the controller with your A button, or this one or whatever, and you can go back and forth a little bit between the menus, from like 2K to my player to community, universe, stuff like that. What's unique about this is you have a representation of a WWE superstar, male or female, on the other side of the menu selections of each category. And what's great about this is they switch them up, even as you're scrolling back and forth on the main menu to like go to community creations or creation suite or wherever. They switch up. Like you could have, it's like when you go to play just to do like exhibition, you could have someone like Seth Rollins on the side, but then when you go forward to, let's say, my play or my player, you could have someone like Sasha Banks next to that, and then when you go back to when you decide to go back to the play option, instead of Seth Rollins, you could have someone like Rusev. So, kind of think that's unique. I like that. Again, a lot of things look smoother, a little bit more crisp. It does take a bit just to get the hang of it at times. The game controllers. I mean, they're very similar. They're basically the same. They do switch up things here and there. Like resilience now, you got to choose resilience. This is one thing that I think is kind of critical. But I guess since they want to make it more authentic, you have this, I don't know what it's called. It's called some kind of option or something. Well, basically you could choose two things. One of them, you could choose two things. And here you have to choose resilience or whatever you want to choose. So it's kind of different. You kind of have these two options. Like there's this option in red that's kind of says things like finisher, a few other things, and then they have an option in yellow that you have to select along with it that says like instant recovery, resilience, stuff like that. And I'm thinking, okay, why can't you just make resilience an option for us just to choose instead of, well, it is an option, but you kind of get the idea. Like, why can't you just leave it the way it was? That's the only thing I think they should have left. But everything else, with a few exceptions here and there, is different. When you create your character, or mostly when you create the movesets for your character, one of the movesets that you could choose is carry, and you got 4 options you can go with. You could choose similar, if not the same one. Like if you want to choose Powerbomb, you could choose whatever associated with Powerbomb is, or the Powerbomb carry is. Same with Firearms, that's what it's called. Carry, which is not carry, but Cradled. And I think there's another one as well. I can't think of it right now. Oh, Shoulder. Yeah. So you got all those, and you basically, when you click on one of those in your moveset, when you create a moveset for your character, it gives you options of what movesets are related to either Shoulder, Powerbomb, Cradle, you name it. So, Firearms. So, yeah. That's kind of cool there. Another thing that they put in here, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm probably going to do it as I progressively recreate my league with new characters and returning characters and stuff. One of the things that they did add in here is you can create the design for the Money in the Bank briefcase and the side plates for the belt. So let's say you have a character on your league, like let's say, and I say this with all due respect, and I do apologize to this person, but let's say you have Alice Blackwell. Let's say, what's his name, who asked me to take the character off. Let's say you have your Alice Blackwell become Miss Money in the Bank. You could create a briefcase that identifies with her. So, or let's say someone decides to bring the Great One CAW character back to the CCL or DCA or whatever. They could create a briefcase identical to them. Same with the side plates. So I like that option. I really do. I really do. The towers I have not done yet. I will say that when you go to do the $1 Million Tower, you get an introduction by AJ Styles. And he basically lays out the groundwork for you, kind of like the rules of what you need to do. Basically, in the $1 Million Tower, you can't suffer a loss. You can't suffer one loss, so that's it, as far as I know. So I'm gonna try it out later on, probably down the road. I'm just not in a hurry yet. There are other things I haven't tried yet, like the My Story, which is my player kind of deal, my career, whatever. So I'm just gonna. Basically, I'm gonna probably look into those later on. All this really is like I say, a first impression and I have to say that this is more redefined. There's definitely graphically, is a little bit more better than 2K18. You don't see many glitches in it as last time, so hopefully that doesn't happen in the future with any of these upcoming patches that they got coming. So yeah, overall it's better it's a better presentation. I like the fact that when you go with, now here's the thing, I'm one of those people that would just go out and buy every pack basically. If I don't get like the deluxe version and all that, I'll just buy the packs, and one of the packs of course is Accelerator. So by using Accelerator, I'll just go to the store option on the menu and just unlock everything. So I like how they're getting creative, like with some of the arenas. Like when you unlock everything, one of the things that they do is they give you all these different arenas. And I don't know who was behind the idea here, but one of the arenas is outdoor, almost like in a outdoor like flea market like area, located in Mexico supposedly. So you have that. You have one that's in a high school parking lot. You have one that's in a high school gym. You have one that's in the Japan Hall, a Japan Dome. So I think we kind of get an idea of what that hall and dome in Japan are supposed to represent. You get all those options. So overall, again, it does seem graphically a lot better. You could definitely tell, like I said, you could definitely tell that they put a lot more work into this than they did 2K18. I think what happened is 2K18 kind of got lost in the shuffle of other 2K projects they were working on. So that's why, even though it came out alright, it still had its issues and isn't really high on the totem pole, if you know what I mean. I mean, heck, this is already getting praises. Everything is being smoother and faster by places like IGN and Rotten Tomato. I don't know if Rotten Tomatoes said it, but IGN, GameSpot, and I'm pretty sure a lot of others have said that. But it's basically a lot smoother and better and better. And whether you believe those critics and those positive criticizations and all that, that's up to you. But overall, I have to say that I like what we got so far, and can't wait to explore the game even further. So hopefully they've learned a lesson with 2K18. Hopefully 2K19, God willing, is a step in the right direction for them. So that's really all I'm going to say. Those on it right now. These again are just my first impressions. I know the game has been out for over 2 months now. 2 months and 10 days in a sense, as of today being December 16th. So again, I just thought I'd give my first impressions on it, since I just got the game about 2 weeks ago. I just haven't had the time to talk about it. And that's all I'm going to say. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. And check out my other video I did during my lunch hour a couple days ago, about a week ago or so, when I talked about the harsh reality about community creations in 2K, in WWE 2K, because I think if you listen to what I have to say there, whether you agree with it or you don't, that is kind of the harsh reality of when you upload a character that you create, that you're not always going to get people abiding by your wishes, if you know what I mean. So just check that video out too. Give me your thoughts on that. And that's all really I'm going to say, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed my first impressions here, my first thoughts on it. I'll probably do a full-on review later on down the line when I get it more integrated with the game. And that's all I could say. So till next time, God bless, take care, I'm out.